What's going on, y'all? Welcome to the live stream, man. Got a lot to talk about as we rolling out some new services within our Discord community that you guys may be interested in. Want to talk about the finishing from the most recent video that I created, how to activate your limitless takeoff in almost every single scenario and drive to the rack. A lot to talk about today. Hopefully we get a lot of stuff cleared up for you folks. And if you have some animations that you would like to share, please sound off in the chat. Dance a lot, what's going on? What's good? Appreciate you being here. Pig Dog, what up? Appreciate y'all being here, man. Salute to y'all. Let me make sure I have all my ducks in a row before we continue. So I need to go through the motions, let everybody know that we're live as well. Give me 1 second while I send out the tweet. That's one click of a button. That's done. And I'll just let folks in our Discord community know that we are live as well. And as we're talking about the Discord community, it's a perfect segue to let you guys know that me and the All City team are now offering personalized services. So we're talking about getting you right. We're not just telling you how to get right. We're actually with you one-on-one through your 2K journey. It's a new service we're offering within our Discord. You can now subscribe. If you haven't heard about Discord subscriptions, type !Discord. You can now subscribe and you'll instantly get runs with us. You also get a verified badge by your name. We'll help you set up your new builds as we have done already. We've done this before we even introduced subscriptions, but we are now offering like that one-on-one, more intimate type of service that a lot of you guys need, because I get it. Y'all. You go, especially if you're new to, how many people are new to 2K? If you're new, please let me know in the comment section. Well, in the chat. Because I think folks take for granted how many new players are on 2K. And they don't know which creator to trust. They get, the content, the 2K content is like saturated. So you get feedback from this creator and feedback from that creator. Mind you, folks got different playing styles. And if a creator tells you to put on these particular animations or use this move and it doesn't match your play style, how do you expect to execute? So this is why having a personalized experience with the All City team to help us better understand your play style and then see how you can apply your play style to play competitively. Some things that you may need to change: defensive awareness, offensive spacing, teammate awareness, things like this to help you get better. And this is what we're going to be doing consistently with all of our subscribers. And we're not talking about YouTube subscribers. We're talking about Discord subscribers, as Discord very recently rolled out subscription-based services. So consider that for a second. If you would like to join, if you would like to become instant legend within our Discord and also get a verified badge by your name, type !Discord in the chat. You can join up and you can start your services ASAP. There's no waiting around. We're here. Our team is ready for you guys. So if you guys like the sound of that, subscribe on Discord. Let's go through the roll call. Let me know where you're from. Sound off in the chat. Where you're tuning in from. Don says, appreciate you being here. Mr. Pope, what's goody? Locked in. Appreciate you being here. What's that? Mr. Pull-Up. Mr. Pull-Up, my fault. Mr. Pull-Up is in the building. Said, you're new. Good. That's perfect. I think folks forget how many new players are on the game. What up, No Cap? Mesh, what it is, Mesh? 2K on YouTube is not the same, and it isn't the same, and we're trying to bring it back to what it was, Philly Rage, and I feel you all the way. 2K on YouTube is definitely not the same, and I know a lot of you folks, because let me keep it a buck with y'all. To keep it a buck with y'all, being a 2K creator, it's not easy, because especially at this time, if you're not innovative, at around this time, the viewership starts going down. The viewership starts dwindling because folks aren't nearly as interested in the game as they are in the beginning of the year. So for a 2K creator, it's very difficult. So you don't get, a lot of times creators aren't giving their all because the viewership is not there. I think the folks that remain consistent through these lower times develop more of an intimate relationship with their viewers. And this is what we do. We pride ourselves in being accessible. We pride ourselves in having our Discord community where you could easily contact us or run with us. You know, and these are some of the things that help for me help keep the game interesting, running with new players, teaching new players, learning from new players, you know, or learning from other players for that matter. But what up, Jimmy? What's good, man? What up, love? What's good? No cat. What's goody? Prince, what's good? Positive vibes chosen in the building. Philly Rage said, I've been playing 2K since 2K6 because of my father, but I've only had trouble with 2K was 18 and or the only 2Ks you've had trouble in were 18 and 23. What causes your trouble for 2K23? Because especially if you consider subscribing to our Discord, and again, type exclamation point Discord in the chat to bring up the link so you can join today and subscribe today. Subscribing to our Discord. If you haven't subscribed to YouTube, please consider that too. But subscribing to the YouTube will get you those personalized services that the All City team is going to offer. But what do you think causes new players to have trouble on 2K23? In my opinion, I think if you're new to the game, you probably enjoy 2K23. And not to say that I'm not enjoying it. I think it's okay. It was amazing in the beginning of the year. Right now, okay. They seem to have dumbed down the game, watered down the game. So it doesn't have the same impact that it did at the beginning of the year. But if you're a veteran in the game, I could understand how the game speed has slowed down tremendously, so it may not be favorable, your experience on 2K23, because a lot of things are clunky. But if you're new to the game, that slow pace may work to your benefit. And these are some of the things that we want to go over with new players as well, is that the correct animations, if you put the wrong animations on your player, you could have 6-8 player moving like molasses, moving extra slow out there if you got the wrong animations on. So the animations are really important in how you maneuver on the court. Getting the right animations on, getting the right dunk animations on, meeting thresholds for your attributes, selecting the correct badges for your play style. These are huge. These will serve and have a huge impact on your game out there. This is what we want to help you guys with. You want to be a better player, Mr. Pull Up? Join us and subscribe on Discord. If you guys want to be better players for 2K23, we could help you along the way. We have some of the absolute best players, hands down, on 2K23. And they are part of the All City team, willing to help you guys and help you guys become better players and also give you a better understanding. And we're not talking about average players. We're talking about some of the best players that play in leagues, play at the comp level, but are humble enough and grounded enough to come on out and play in the rec too. You know what I mean to say? So, you know, some folks, they get into that comp mentality and they never look back. You know what I mean? They're never looking back to the new player. They're never looking back to help somebody else come up behind them. They're gone. They're on their own mission. I'm not knocking them, but a lot of players are on their own mission. We pride ourselves in being humble enough and grounded enough to connect with everybody in the community. And we want to bridge that gap. So for you folks that are new or having trouble on 2K23, there's an olive branch for you. Here you go. Come on out. Join us. I've been playing 2K ever since I was little. Is what No Cap. Unscripted. What up, man? What's goody? Are you done with 2K23? Why? No Cap say he's done with 2K23. Salute to everybody that's in here. Let me pull up my YouTube. I'm pretty sure I got that taken care of. Let me put that on there. And here we go. RJ, what it is, man. Let me know where you're from, where you're tuning in from. Sound off in the comment section. I guess I'm considered a casual comp. That's chosen. Be Smooth. The Discord is a cool spot. Y'all should check it out if you haven't. That's Be Smooth. Appreciate you, Be Smooth. We work really hard. Listen, I know a lot of you guys are intimidated to join 2K communities, But if you're a follower of this channel on this platform, the way in which I conduct myself here is exactly how we've built up our Discord. So don't be intimidated, because we, myself and the management team, work really hard to make sure that it's a non-toxic, safe environment for gamers from all walks of life. No matter what walk of life you're from, no matter what area you're from, we work hard to make sure you guys are safe within our community. So you don't need to be stressing about win percentages and am I going to make a mistake and none of that. We don't allow any level of toxicity within our Discord. And if you do so happen to experience some toxicity, because we are 25,000 members deep, if you do experience, we can't control everybody. If you do experience toxicity, you DM me personally, we remove them folks. You will help us weed out the toxic folks that are hiding behind the scenes. So we're here to help, man. Wheezy in the building. What up, Trevor? What's good? Red is in the building. What's good? My favorite 2K park wise was 16 and 17. The dribbles, the shot, everything was on you. But now I feel like someone else is playing as me. Woo! Man, I gotta read that comment again. That's Philly Rage. I got to read that comment one more time, because I get that feeling often as well. It's like you don't have control of your player. It feels like 2K is controlling your player. But he said his favorite park playing the game was 16 and 17. The dribbles, the shot, everything was on you, the player. But right now, it feels like someone else is playing as you. That's deep, because you oftentimes feel like that. And I think what happens is with 2K, there's so many long-winded animations. For instance, you trigger a crossover, but the defender triggered a reach animation. So now your crossover does not activate, and you get stuck in a long-winded body up type of animation that lasts 2-3 seconds. You trigger a step back, you got to sit and wait for 2K to actually show you the step back was activated. By that time, you're thinking you're going to be already done triggering 3 or 4 other moves, and you can't, because you're waiting for your step back to actually happen on screen. The delays are real. And the unresponsiveness to the cues on your controller is definitely real. And it looks like 2K is just trying to figure out, like, which animation do we queue up? Do we queue up the steal animation, or do we give the offensive player the crossover that he queued up? Neither get activated, or one gets activated over another. And it leaves you scratching your head like, didn't I queue up a dunk? Why did I get a layup? Didn't I queue up a crossover right when that dude was reaching? Like, I knew the guy was gonna reach, so I crossed the ball over. Not late, in fact, early. I crossed the ball over to my left hand so I can create some space between me and the defender while the ball is in this hand. You can't even get the crossover to activate because this man got glitched into a steal animation. That impact engine really messed up a lot of animations for 2K. And the impact engine, or what 2K claimed was a new engine, calling it the impact engine, really just consolidated a ton of animations and brought 2 animations together. The defender's queuing up animation and the offensive player's queuing up animation. Both players' cues on the controller get completely disregarded, and 2K gives you an animation on screen that they got fixed into the coding. Is this not facts? Sending anybody on the first coach flight out the door for toxicity. Facts. Yeah, they take coach. Hawaiian Charisma, what up, man? By the way, let me pull up what we're offering as well, so you guys know. Within our Discord, like I said in the beginning, within our Discord, we are now offering one-on-one personalized services to help increase your game, help you learn about thresholds, help you create builds, help you learn about badge loadouts and why you need them. Everything you need to know on your 2K journey. If you want a team by your side during your 2K journey to help increase the speed at which you develop as a player, subscribe in our Discord community. Type exclamation point Discord to join. You'll instantly get a verified badge by your name, and you'll instantly become a legend within our 2K community. 25,000 members strong. By the way, if you guys are looking for players to run with, you're tired of running with randoms, again, type exclamation point Discord. Join our Discord. We are offering a new teammate finder for those particular subscribers. We want to make it the best service we possibly can, and we got a whole team backing this new rollout. So consider it. I really appreciate the folks who have already subscribed. It's growing quickly already. And I'm sure as word of mouth spread, one thing that our All City team prides ourselves on, one other thing that we pride ourselves on is having integrity. We're a trusted brand. And so anything that I'm involved in as far as services for 2K players, you could best believe we're going to put our best foot forward. So you could trust in that. The homie Badge Plug gave us a huge shout out on his channel, which was a huge endorsement for us. It was just amazing, and it's truly humbling that Badge Plug took the time to tell the 2K community how trusted we are within the community. So I thought that was dope. Salute to the homies NBA 2K Lab as well, because they're going to be using one of our videos very soon. I really appreciate the service that 2K Lab provides too. But man, what up, Fresh Ice? What up, Fresh Ice Coffee? What's good, man? I hope 2K24 is a brand new game. We've been getting the same game for years. Well, we can't say 2K. Listen, I don't know if there's a denial going on, but when I saw 2K23, and even right now playing 2K23, if I log on to 2K23 right now, it doesn't look like any 2K that I've ever played. So I think 2K23 is a very, very different game for a lot of people as well. Slower pace, a little bit more clunky than we're used to. The adrenaline, not to say that what they added or incorporated was right. I don't think it was right for the 2K community. And I think there wasn't max effort put in by the 2K development team to roll out these new features. Had there been max effort, they would have realized a lot of things that were wrong. There wasn't max effort. It seems like they're kind of winging it. And it also feels like we're being used as guinea pigs during these new phases, because nobody asked for adrenaline bars. But one thing the 2K community did ask for is to stop like the left-right cheeses. So the 2K community really didn't like cheese in the game. And I think a lot of the things that 2K has implemented for 2K23 was also to combat cheaters, hackers. 2K just recently rolled out an anti-cheat for the PC version of 2K. So, it's on their mind. They don't want to have cheaters in the game, but they shouldn't do it at the expense of your average player. It can't be done at the expense. They have way too much finances. They have way too many resources. We shouldn't be the guinea pigs for 2K's tests. They need to roll out a fully complete game. And I don't know how these gaming companies are allowed so many patches throughout the year. I think it's up to Xbox and Sony to hold these developers accountable and make sure that they have a limited amount of patches that they can drop throughout the year. And the reason why is because it seems like these gaming development companies are dropping unfinished products, having us still pay top dollar and pay even more for in-game purchases. I think it's imperative that somebody hold these companies accountable, because they can't be releasing unfinished products. 2K seems polished. It seems finished when they release it. And to the naked eye, folks who aren't invested in the gameplay, they'd say, no, it looks amazing. That's a finished product. Negative, Kochi. With all the mess ups and goofiness we see on the game, that joint is not complete. And I think a lot of 2K players feel that way. But overall, I had ups and downs with 2K23. As of right now, considering I got over the hump with shooting, I could share with you guys everything I did to get over that hump and start shooting way more consistent. I actually wanted to show you guys some of the clips because I've been going kind of crazy. I ain't even gonna front. Appreciate you, Mr. Pull Up. The shooting and the greed ruined 2K23 for me. Yeah. Yeah, it is. It's unfortunate when you gotta like really budget making a build. What in the world? We are budgeting. Like the joint is on our budget list for the month. Groceries, rent or mortgage, car note, light bill, water bill, and 2K. Like, how is that on our budget? Like, what in the world? How is that on our budget? That don't make no sense. And a lot of you goofies out there are straight living out of your car and using the McDonald's Wi-Fi to play 2K because you didn't pay your rent or mortgage. Stop the nonsense, B. It's not 2K is not worth you guys going homeless or for that matter losing your vehicle, not paying your car note because you want to make a build on 2K. Stop the nonsense. The game actually never feels complete. Well, the game, there were times when it did feel complete. 2K16, 2K17, 2K19, 2K20. Neither one of those 2Ks did I feel like the game was incomplete. We complained we may have maybe wanted some things different, like 2K20 looked too similar to 2K19, so we wanted a new like venue to play out of. But the gameplay mechanics were solid. There was some minor things that we could have adjusted, but every year the 2K community will be able to find minor things that we could adjust to make the game great. We didn't know that we was going to regress. I don't think anybody knew that we were going to regress in regards to gameplay. We thought, man, if 2K got this in an old generation console, imagine what they're going to do on a next gen console. I don't think 2K has successfully released a 2K on next gen as of yet. What do you guys think about that? I don't think they've been successful. So there's something wrong with what's going on because we keep getting changes to the city. We keep getting aesthetic type of changes, but gameplay is struggling. Gameplay is struggling. I don't get how you don't use boosts. I'm trying, but the lack of stamina and consistency. Yeah, nah, Don. Don says I don't recommend you going out there to play without boosts. I don't recommend it. There's a lot of, there's a lot of animations that are tied into your boost. There's the more boosts you have, the more opportunity to trigger more animations that are favorable as opposed to the slowdown. So I always have my boosts on with my Gatorade to get the double bar, the double blue bar. Yeah, I can't imagine. I haven't played one game without boosts yet. It's unfortunate, but I never used to buy boosts. It wasn't until later in 2K18 that I started buying boosts. And that was way late into that cycle. I was totally against boosts, but now it's like you, unless you want to be at a disadvantage out there, don't buy boosts. It's unfortunate, but if you want to play and win, it seems like you need boosts. Not to say that you can't play and win without boosts, but I'm almost certain you would have like a losing record if you consistently are running without boosts, or you and your teammates are consistently running without boosts. Trevor Conley said that's a fair assessment. Dirty Jers in the building. I appreciate that. SSL, appreciate you being here. Bro, I don't mind 2K how it was. Give us different loading screen, parks, get rid of the city. I think a lot of people are done with the city, and it's unfortunate because I'm kind of done with the city as well. But I love that we had a city because we're all city here on the channel. So I always liked that they had a city, but man, they did not implement it properly. 2K with all its resources, Take Two releasing GTA. So 2K has access to that. 2K could have easily made the city something like GTA, but the city is might as well have tumbleweeds going around there. And they tried to make it more lively this time around, but don't nobody, no player care about bots running around the city. Like nobody cares about it. There needs to be an incentive to travel around the city. I want more ease of access personally. I want more ease of access. I would like to get where I need to get to through the menus. I could pull up my menu, go to the rec. I could pull up my menu, go to the pro-am, go to the Gatorade, go to this park, go to that park. I want ease of access. I don't need 1,500 transportation rewards. They don't even do you no good. Nobody got time to sit and wait for the animation to get into my go-kart. Different cities won't be a bad idea, but it'll be a venue. Soul said I never use boosts, and I get it. It doesn't mean that we know what players look like without boosts. We know what you're gonna suffer through without boosts. We get it. It's highly unlikely you'll have a good win percentage without boosts. It's highly unlikely that you're not going to experience even more frustrations with the game without boosts. And I'm not saying you should spend your money on boosts. You'll never hear me say that. But I understand the frustrations that you're going to go through if you're not playing with boosts. Animations are going to favor your opponent quite often. Yeah, the venues will be dope. What up, Eric Hanlon? What's good? Yeah, I'm done with the city. It wasn't executed correctly. Facts, Trevor. That's how I feel too. I don't feel like it was executed properly. Uh, can you imagine having the ability to create a virtual city? Can you imagine having the ability to create a virtual city and then taxing the players who play in that city, and to the point that this virtual city has inflation, so now you guys are paying more money because they created a virtual city that we didn't ask for, limiting our ease of access to get where we need to get, just wasting time traveling. Do you guys understand that with the amount of people that play 2K, 1 minute traveling around the city means that, let's say 1 million people are traveling around for 1 minute. That's 1 million minutes. That's hella time that, when 2K has a player base still playing the game, when they go into those backroom meetings for like advertisements and things like that, they're able to gain leverage to say, this is our player base right here. They're on. Meanwhile, you're just trying to get to the Gatorade facility. Like you're just trying to walk to the Gatorade facility and getting frustrated. It takes you so long to get over there. I don't think the player base overall is happy with this installment of 2K, but it's not terrible, especially if you're new to 2K. If you're new to 2K, you might be enjoying this version of 2K. 2K23 seems like normal 2K with training wheels. So I think this is a good place to be for new players. New players have an opportunity to learn the dribbling mechanics, understand how to apply the dribbling mechanics, understanding your speed boost, because the player animations are so much slower, like they're slowed down in comparison to previous versions of 2K. So it's not as difficult to set up your animations and activate them accordingly. It just seems a little bit easier for a lot of players. And I know a lot of other players are just like, well, it's not easier because I can't run the point guard. Right. Point guard is not for everybody. But if you're a player that has 1, 2, or 3 dribble moves and you could execute those properly and consistently, then you can get a driving dunk and you can get set up your shot, which is pretty cool. I like that idea. I want to showcase while we're doing this. I'm going to put this down. I'm going to see if I can go into, I don't know what I got up here. Let me see. Let me make sure. Okay, yeah, we're good. Let me see if I can put one of these things. Give me 1 second, y'all. because I was there we go. Okay. Now let me see if I could. There we go. All right. So this over the maybe last week or so of gameplay is what you're seeing in the background here. These are the clips I have saved over the last week. So you can see that, one or two moves could set you up for a nice shot like this right here and easy greens, or for a nice drive, which you're going to see as well. Uh, easy drive. And I got a bunch of these clips in here. Inflation in a video game is outrageous. I ain't even. So again, I've gone through motions to increase my gameplay. Like right now, I'm taking a lot of leaners, and even activated a contact dunk yesterday, which I thought was pretty cool because I never use my dunk meter. I just make sure I have the right dunk animations and queue up the right dunk animations at the right time on, the right spot on the floor. You guys let me know what you think about it, because I want to, we are working on getting these services to you guys to help you become better players. And if you want that one-on-one service, join our Discord. Those of us who have been playing 2K since the beginning, it's hard to see the game and like it. That's how I feel, Hawaiian Charisma. That's exactly how I feel. If you've been playing 2K for a long time, it's hard because, my mentality back in the day when we was playing to say the most recent iteration that was good, NBA 2K20. I hit legend on 2K20, and not the bootleg legends that you guys know of over the last few years. We're talking about real legend grind from back then. Everything you felt in control, gameplay wise, you felt like, wow, it's amazing. I could only imagine what, back then we're thinking I could only imagine what they do with a next generation console. We had no idea that the gameplay would take such a hit and regress to something that just looks unfamiliar. We're just not used to it. It's possible to upgrade the shooting percentage. It's definitely possible to upgrade your shooting percentage, and consider subscribing to our Discord if you want to find out ways to really increase that shooting percentage, because I went through this over between the end of last season and the beginning of this season. I have really changed my shooting dramatically. I was in such a really bad slump in shooting. I couldn't figure it out. We went through the motions step by step, scratched everything that we knew about 2K and started from the very beginning, applying one badge at a time, applying one animation at a time, getting the right jump shot, signing up for NBA2KLab.com's premium service to find out the jump shot that best suited me. I went through all these motions over the last few weeks in order to increase my shooting, and I am shooting better than ever. It feels good. I feel in control of my shot, which you guys see in these video clips that have been taken over the last few days. When you see me out here taking my guys, if you guys don't understand the trauma that I went through in regards to the shooting slump, I was shooting only out the corner. I said, I was in such a bad slump. I said, I don't want to shoot anywhere else but out the corner so I could regain that control of my jump shot. The first 3 seasons, I'm shooting from everywhere. Over the last few weeks, I went from shooting out the corner. And now you guys see I'm shooting everywhere again and trying out new things again. And it feels good. Like this leaner right here with the defense there, knock it down. If you would have saw me a week ago, I would have never taken that shot because there was a high likelihood that it was going to miss. You should be able to unlock hotspots for 2K24 in part. My shooting is up now. That's what's up, AJ. Back then, it was different levels of legend. Yeah, in 2K16, it went all the way up to legend 5. It definitely was different levels to legend. I got to legend 4 in 2K16, and I hit legend in 2K20. And these are like 2 of the best 2Ks that you could actually ever play. So those were huge accomplishments. And there's when the community, the 2K community, really appreciated what it took to hit legend, as opposed to now that nobody really cares if you're a legend or not, because the requirements are just so goofy. It make no sense. I would even say that a lot of us got next gen consoles because we were so hyped to play a next gen version of 2K and Madden. And I think you're right about that. I personally didn't get it for that reason. I was excited for the new games to come from other developers as well, but it did serve as a part of it. It did serve as a part of it for sure. City or anyone in the chat, do you know that's what up? Bam Bam was good, man. If you have to complete the 200 red game quest with just one player, uh, I don't think so. I think is I don't think it's one player. I could be mistaken because I've been running on the same player consistently. But I did run a few games. I didn't pay attention. I did run a few games with other players this season. It was one of the first quests that I activated. As of right now, I think I got 57 games, and I can't tell you. I'm not 100% sure if it's one player. It'll suck if it's just one player. I do intend to run with the same player. I do intend to run with the same player the rest of the season, and that's this player that you guys are seeing on screen here. I love what I've been able to do. I got it for God of War and was satisfied. Nice. You say you don't F with none of the quests? Well, yeah, you know, I don't mind the rec quest because that's exactly what I play. That's the game mode that I play, so I don't mind the rec quest too much. Works for all your builds. All right, Jeremy Royal said it works for every build. Fresh Dice Coffee said, talking about shooting, how do you adjust for the latency in bad lobbies? Do you take a test shot or two and make the adjustment after based on latency? All right, so here's what I've been experiencing, and that is a process. Who's that? Fresh Dice Coffee. It is a process because how do you adjust for latency? One game where it's responsive, you're shooting lights out, you try to take that same timing into your very next game, and you might be in a lobby with a super high ping, which means you're going to experience a ton of latency and it'll be more difficult to time your shot. What we do is do our best to time our shot, so we see instantly, is that a early or is that a late, and then we try to make an adjustment. But what I've noticed that has been happening, which is absolutely insane to me, it looks like we're going into these games where latency is changing mid-game. I don't know if you guys have experienced that, but we surely have experienced that latency changing mid-game. Where you're shooting lights out for the first 2 quarters and then you go into the third quarter and it seems like you can't time your shot. We just went through that yesterday or the day before yesterday, and everybody was breaking at the same time. It was like, what's going on here? This is insane. How dare you change latency on us mid-game? We still ended up getting the W, but oh man, how do you adjust for fluctuating latency? That's crazy. What size up you rocking with right now? The signature size up is Tracy McGrady. So I'm gonna stick with the animations that I have right now. So I use I know them pretty much by heart. My dribble style, I'm using Ja Morant. My signature size up, I'm using Tracy McGrady. My size up escape, I'm using LeBron James. And everything else, I don't pretty much, and my moving crossover, Russell Westbrook, which you guys just saw right there. These animations are never going to change for me unless I create a whole new type of player with a different play style. But these animations are too useful for me. And as you guys see the clips, how easy they get you open. You know, I'm going to show you guys if we could review a clip. Let's see if we could review a clip where I make good use of these animations. That's the hop into the paint. But here we go. Step back, Russell Westbrook, step back, bang. So this is common. You'll see me do this often. Step back, Russell Westbrook, step back, and pull the trigger. And normally, and that's mainly because I have Deadeye equipped. So on that step back, the late closeout, Deadeye activates, allowing me to hit the shot. Not to say that you can't shoot those without Deadeye, but it's the penalty for shooting on that late contest is not as high. There goes the Russell Westbrook. Another key. I'm gonna make a video about this, yeah, but oh, man, I wish I could pause it. Let me pause this here real quick. Let me see if I could get a good spot because I think it's right here. because there's something that I want to tell you guys about. Let me see if I could get a good spot here. Rewind it in slow motion. Give me 1 second. I'm going to try to rewind it. I think that was the animation right there. There we go. All right. So look at this animation here. Now, let me help you guys see something here. Hold on. Was that it? Yeah, let me rewind it.
Let's go, coach.
Hold on. I got to show you guys this because I know a lot of people don't know about this here. Let me make sure this is it here because I want to show you guys. Here we go. So you see me stop. You often in the clips. What up, Legend Wolf? What's good, man? Oftentimes, and there's a gem. I'm gonna drop a video on it probably tomorrow to go into more detail. But the reason why the Russell Westbrook is so important for me, at least what I found important about it, is that as soon as I get to around this point on the floor, which is maybe a step behind the foul line, one step behind the foul line, if you trigger your Russell Westbrook animation, I don't know if you guys don't know how to trigger it, but it's just holding your right trigger down and then flicking up on your right stick. So you flick up on your right stick, hold your right trigger down, you'll trigger the Russell Westbrook moving crossover. That's based out of your moving crossover animation. If you trigger it around this point on the floor, you don't even need to use your left stick to go directly into a dunk animation from your Russell Westbrook, which I'll showcase right now. I triggered it. I had stopped right here. Let me rewind it just a little bit more so you guys can see what happens. I stop around that point so that I can trigger the Russell Westbrook, which I'll play off. You'll see me stop and then trigger it and then right into a dunk animation. And that's me doing that without even touching my left stick. And that's huge for a lot of players out there. If you do it further back, what ends up happening is you'll trigger the Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook, after the animation, he'll stop or stall before he continues forward. So if you want to go directly into a dunk animation, work your way to one step behind the foul line, then trigger your Russell Westbrook, and you can hit square, or your matter of fact, you gotta hit square because you can't use your right stick off of the Russell Westbrook. You can do it if you just keep moving forward with your left stick, but if you want to go directly into a dunk animation out of the Russell Westbrook like that, you'll have to use the square button. But you got to trigger it at the right time, right place on the court as you're approaching on your drive toward the rack. So hopefully that works well with y'all. What's good, Brody? Blessings on your Sunday. Appreciate you, OG. What's the requirements for playing? What is that? What's the requirements for playmaking take on a big? I'm not 100% sure. I've never attempted to put playmaking takes on a big. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know where that comes from. Anyone got a good step back? There's a ton of good step backs. You know, ideally, I like the LeBron James on my 6'9". A lot of people like the Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant has a nice quick step back. There was one, a very recent one. I think it was a new one. John Wall's step back is not too bad. I went through all of them and I tried to find ways to execute with all of them, but I reverted back to LeBron James because, as you guys see, I get the most open shots with that LeBron James. You see, that's a different step back right there, and I did it. I forgot which one that was. That's on my big man, that step back there. And there's a snatch block right here on my 7-footer. Fun times, man. I do not like the PlayStation 5 controllers because every time I try to go for a block in the game, the damn menu keeps popping up. They don't make things for people with big giant hands. I mean, these controllers are as big as they get. I get it. I get you maybe have big hands, but, and I get what you're saying. You know, sometimes I'll call a timeout if I flick my stick wrong and hit the middle button. But man, to pull up the menu every time, you might want to look into Control Freaks. Let me show you. I don't know if you looked into Control Freaks, but you see that purple thing I have on my controller? It's a little, let me see if I can pull the other one out. It's a little thing you put over your controller. I'll try to put it up to the camera. Give me 1 second. It's a little thing that you pull up. Let me see if it focuses in. It's not going to focus. There we go. And I put that right over my controller. There, you see that clicks on the analog stick. So I'll put that right on my controller, and it helps with your dead zone. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the dead zone, but it helps with your dead zone, and it also help you guys with not hitting any other buttons. Bring back that Dreamcast controller, homie. The Dreamcast controller was lit when it came out. You remember it had the little like memory card thing you put right in? They were hella innovative. RJ said I like Lucas step back. Uh or speed on your step back. Yeah, facts. You want spacing or that's the perfect way to describe it. It's really important whether you got to, depending on the step back, it's important to know if you want spacing or speed. And that's facts. I do not, yeah. That was Grandpa King. Call Me Bean said, if you have big hands, get a Razer Wolverine controller. Great controller, and got mine on sale. I recommend Tournament Edition. There you go. Appreciate that, Bane. Thank you for sharing that. So the homie that was asking about a controller because he has big hands, the homie Call Me Bane said, consider a Razer Wolverine controller. I flick my settings. I'm still passing when I'm pressing square. Oh, man. Let me try to sit up because this text is kind of small. Well, fun times, man. I kind of wanted to pull up the gameplay. I was editing these clips this morning before I made the video, and it turned out to be like 6 minutes worth of clips. So I was like, all right, let me just showcase it on the live stream, being that I could only put a small amount on the actual video. What up, Jay? You forgot how big the original Xbox controller was. I don't remember the original Xbox. I had the original Xbox, but I don't remember how big it was. Yeah, I cut my hair, Blueprint. I cut it a while ago. It's been well over a month. What made you switch to draw? So what made me switch to jaw dribble style? So I gotta tell you, all year I've never really, there's something that my mind in the lab, I could speed boost, and I understand the speed boost out of the Michael Jordan dribble style. I get it. I understand it. When I'm on the court, the problems that I have, at least with the 6'9" build, you know, with Michael Jordan's dribble style, you have to speed boost the same hand direction. So if you cross over to your left hand, your speed boost is gonna go toward the left. With the Ja Morant, if you cross over to your left hand with your right stick, then you'll use your left stick. So if you cross, the ball is in your right hand. I hit on my right stick to the left. So that way I could bring the ball from my right hand to my left hand. But then I'll use my left stick to trigger the Ja Morant crossover back toward the right. On Michael Jordan's, I don't like his crossover animation to continue going. But I really like Ja Morant's left stick crossover. So I'll trigger like that right there. There you go. There it is again. So, you know, when you go, so if I cross over to the right and then I want to go to the left, Ja Morant, all I got to do is trigger my left stick that direction. And it's a favorable looking animation. It keeps me in tune with what's happening. It's tight. I don't feel like I'm losing control. With the Michael Jordan one, it's mainly my fault, but I get real goofy and, and I just can't execute it. I see a ton of players use it effectively. It is the best dribble style in my opinion. And I'm not talking about Ja Morant. I'm talking about Michael Jordan. It's the best dribble style in my opinion. But for me, I can't consistently activate it like I want to. Ja Morant, I just feel like I got great control over it. I don't feel like I'm losing control, or I don't feel like if somebody blitzes me at this moment, I'll lose the rock like I get with Michael Jordan. I just feel more control. What up, Hawkeye? What's good? Or Hawkey? Steven, oh my God, I just played in Bum Wreck. It hurt. I like playing with a traditional big in the wreck. I don't really look to score, but I love making plays out of the post. He's 7'1", decent speed, and good passing. Any tips to be more effective in games? Well, I don't know your play style, and it's hard to judge a big man, especially running with randoms. Where you really see or test how good a big man is when you're playing against a good team, like you're playing against comp team, and you're playing against a comp team, they're normally going to run the pick and roll or a 5 out. If they go into a 5 out, see where you really test a big man build is seeing how he works out of the corner, because oftentimes the big is going to be too slow to play up top in regards to playing against the pick and roll. So there's certain levels to this stuff. You can see a big man do good and wreck consistently until he plays an elite team that spreads him thin with a 5 out. And how you rotate coming out of the corner as opposed to playing the pick and roll will determine how good you are at the big man position. And like I said, you could be good until you play that elite team, and then you'll find out like how good you are. How good is your awareness rotating out of the corner? Because that's what the point guards, elite point guards, are going to take advantage of the center and the center's positioning on the floor. So it's very difficult to offer tips if I don't know your play style. Come on out sometime. Consider subscribing if you really want to get better on your big man build. We have some of the best players on 2K on the All City team that are willing to help you guys out. Join our Discord. We're offering one-on-one services to help you with your badges, your build, your gameplay, your skill, your IQ, your defensive awareness, offensive spacing, help you with everything involved in your 2K journey. You'll get that personalized one-on-one service from us. So consider joining our Discord and subscribing to our Discord to get that type of service. We'd be happy to help you out and provide any information that'll help you get better, even if it takes us actually getting on the court with you to see what you're about. We're actually going to do that today. We're getting on the court with a couple of our new subscribers in Discord, and we're going to help them with their game. We helped one of the homies make a new build yesterday, so he's going to bring that build out as well very soon. So it's a more personalized, intimate experience with the 2K community, and I'm looking forward to this new venture. To make that happen, just type !Discord, yeah, in the live stream. The link will come up. Your prime Shaq build from 2K22. I feel like you shouldn't be on the game if you need to cheat. It's pointless. That's true. He has good perimeter defense. You think people are still cheating on console? That was Anthony Vigil. I think there are people that are still cheating. It's never been a big thing. I've never noticed on consoles cheating being that big a deal. On PC is definitely a big deal, which 2K introduced the anti-cheat. They rolled it out this week. But on console, it's never been that big a deal. You get a cheater here and there, it's irrelevant. They just like to pretend they actually know how to play the game. Yo, City, I joined 2K Last Premium and use your promo code, giving you your flowers, big homie, because that premium suggestion made me deadly from deep. Much love, big brother. That's J Cash. J Cash, I appreciate you saying that. Because I was just as shocked as you. If you guys don't know by now about 2K Lab, you may want to consider it because to learn it, for me, the information was priceless when I went into the lab, because when you're shooting good, the seasons 1 through 3, and then season 4 drops and that joint just collapses and you can't find an answer. And you're trying different jump shots, and I went through a multitude of different jump shots. I'm trying a bunch of different jump shots. I'm watching the homies hit their shots, but I can't hit my shot. And I get on 2K Labs. Before I did that, before I went on 2K Lab and signed up for the premium service, or at least went into their jump shot timing recommender, I was trying to adjust my timing to jump shots. So I'm not just saying equipping a jump shot and playing online. I'm saying I'm in the lab practicing, trying to figure it out. What's going on? I went on 2K Lab, and when I inputted my shots, if you guys don't know, you plug your controller. You take your controller and you plug it right into your PC. So I take my controller, I plugged it right into my PC, and on the website, you press the square button. So on the website, you see your jump shot timing. It'll tell you like 500 milliseconds. All right. So then what happened with me is I took those 10 shots so that 2K Lab can get an average of what I like to shoot. I found out that from the average, mine was 483 milliseconds, which is a super fast jump shot. And that made sense because in previous versions of 2K, I used set shot 25, which was the fastest jump shot. And you're not seeing anything on screen. It ain't like you're actually taking a shot. You're just going through the motions for 2K Lab to tell you your timing and then recommend you a jump shot that's similar to the timing that you like. So when I did that, I found out mine was 483 milliseconds, which is an absolutely super fast jump shot. That allowed me to know ASAP that I can go and equip super fast jump shots because that's what my mind has wrapped around throughout the years, suitable for jump shot timing. So I went and put on the fastest releases with the fastest jump shot, and it was from that moment that everything started changing. So if you would like to consider NBA2KLab.com, you won't regret it. I appreciate you speaking on that, J Cash, because that was huge for me as well. I'm glad it had the same impact for you. But that service was priceless. It is priceless, not to mention the countless other information that you can gain from 2K Labs in regards to badges, builds, every single replica build. If you're interested in replica builds, they have I think it's 140 of them. They have every single replica build on their website as well. NBA2KLab.com. Use promo code ALLCITY if you want to sign up for their premium service. You can save yourself 20%. Thank you so much for saying that, J Cash. It was huge for me. I'm glad it was huge for you as well. Pause. Find your skill in something else. On console, it's most likely on the ones when I see cheating. Okay, I can see that. Yes, I'm gonna look forward to doing that as well because after having COVID and passing away with a cardiac arrest, I'm just lost when I be playing the game nowadays. Sometimes I sit there looking at like I kind of missed that whole thing. Sorry if I misread your comment. Was that Grandpa King? Yeah, but if you want to consider linking up with us and subscribing to our service that we're offering to help players get better, we'll definitely help you out and get you right out there so you can compete. Anthony said, nah, tons of dudes cheat on my team. It's blatant. Oh, so my team has a cheating problem. Virtual wins shouldn't matter that much. To cheat, it's a bum activity. Yeah, it is kind of lame. I find the extra lame cheating on 2K23. I find that extra lame because I don't even know if you could take 2K23 that serious that you have to cheat. I don't know. Maybe they just do it to get other folks frustrated. Cheaters are the only players to turn on their mic too to tell you how skilled they are. That's facts. Man, that's facts. To each their own. I think folks only offer that have been down during their come up. So if they were down, because I remember I've been on 2K for years, man, and I've been streaming for quite a while. And we used to only play Park. And I want to tell you how traumatized these goofies are sometimes. When I used to play Park, especially during our legend run, man, we would go at it and we used to play. So some players didn't get an opportunity to run with us. And these folks be traumatized that they don't get an opportunity to run with you, or you don't find them to be at the same. If you're grinding for legend, like I was grinding in NBA 2K20, I'm going to be cautious with the teammates that I put on my team. So I want good teammates. Do you get what I mean to say? So it's easier on everybody. Some of these folks think they're entitled, and that you have an obligation to put them on your team. So during that time, I maybe didn't run with a few people that I didn't think their play style or gaming was up to par, especially during my legend grind. And it was the next year that this random person comes into one of our live streams, said, yeah, you didn't want to run with me last year, and look at me now. Look at you now, what? Like, nobody's looking at you, bro. What are you, like, look at you now? You think somebody's paying attention to your whims? So it was just a random person. I didn't know what it was, but they were so traumatized from their previous experience during their come up that I guess they got better at the game, and they want everybody in the world to acknowledge them and how much better they've gotten from where they were. And it just, some people take 2K like way serious. And if you talk about their game, and I've learned to be way more cautious with the criticism that I offer, because I don't want folks to feel traumatized off of my words. You know, like I didn't even know that I affected that dude, but it affected him so much that the next year he came back. He waited a whole year to come back to tell me how much better he's gotten and rub it in my face that he's gotten good. So, man, so, I get it, man. I just be cautious with what I say to folks. I don't want their feelings to get hurt, but man, 2K be really affecting, 2K be really messing with folks' minds. I know they be cheating because my screen freezes. Interesting. That was Jess Thomas. Oh, I remember that Ish. And the dude that kept telling you to sit up in your chair. Ain't that some RJ? Yeah, RJ been here a while. RJ been here a while. Lavon Green say you do the same Ish. I appreciate that, Lavon Green. Yep, I do the same Ish. That's absolutely right, Lavon Green. I appreciate you sharing your feedback. Lavon Green said, in these clips, I'm doing the same exact thing. And that's why we will continue to get wins. That's why we will continue to shoot better. And you're absolutely right. I find the animations that are the most favorable for my play style, and I rinse and repeat. But I doubt you could look at this screen and say, I'm doing the same thing. If getting open means doing the same thing, then you're absolutely right. I am getting open and knocking down my shots. Appreciate you. Appreciate how well you observe things, Lavon Green. The way everybody plays meta and damn near the exact same play style is really not surprising people cheat. Community always looking for some cheese or a glitch. That's facts, they are. They are always looking for a cheese and a glitch. Eric Hanlon, salute to you as well. You're ahead of your time. Salute, man. Salute. It is what it is, man. Good vibes, good people. Truly appreciate what this community has allowed me to become within it. Fresh iced coffee. You could always tell who the kids are on the game who never got picked in gym class to play ball. Those are the ball hogs in the rec now. And man, maybe it is. Maybe they never got picked in rec. I don't know. They say I'm gonna be the best. I was so terrible IRL. I'm gonna be the best 2K player ever. I'm using the normal 2 fade. Whatever happened to the Curry slide? It was cheese to death in 2K21 next gen. Now I never see anyone doing it, and it's facts. The Curry slide is not nearly as effective in 2K23. The reason why it was effective in previous versions of 2K, because you had the speed boost to go along with it, the left-right cheese to go along with it. In 2K23, offense is slowed down tremendously in comparison to 22. So you can't make good use. Not to say that you can't get a shot out of the Curry slide, but it's just not, it doesn't have the same impact. I appreciate you too, Chosen. That's not too far from the truth. My G's, it is almost that time to start my 2K day. We like to stream for about an hour or so. We're past an hour right now. Just want to say before we leave, whether you're looking for players to run with, you're tired of running with randoms. If you want a personalized one-on-one service with me and our management team, help you get your badges right. We help you get your build right for your playstyle. We learn your playstyle by going out to the rec. You get runs with us instantly. Subscribe to our Discord. Type !Discord in the chat. The link will come up. Get yourself a service subscription. You'll instantly become a legend and get a verified badge by your name. We're calling it the real 2KU because that 2KU in NBA 2K23 ain't no 2KU. You could go through every single animation in 2KU and still play just as bad. Because 2KU on 2K23 doesn't prepare you for the game that's in front of you. We want to prepare you for the game that's in front of you and do everything we can do to help you become a better player on 2K23, from getting your jump shot right, setting up your animation, setting up your badges, or offering help with those things so that you can be a better player on 2K23. Join our Discord. We'd love to have you. Subscribe to our Discord to instantly become a legend and get those personalized services. We're also offering a new teammate finder so that you no longer have to run with randoms out there. Increase and enhance your experience on 2K23. Join us on Discord. Thank you so much, y'all, for tuning in. I appreciate everything y'all do here on the channel, offering your support. It goes such a long way. I will catch you guys either on the next video or the next live stream. Wishing you all a safe and blessed rest of your Sunday, and hope you guys have an